All right, so the next thing that I want to cover for you is the potential layout of the living room, dining room, and kitchen. Okay. Again, I'm going to do this in pencil. So I'm going to darken this up with a pen so we can see where the edges of the walls are. Okay, now in the case of these, one of the things that you guys need to be aware of, and I showed you that on the model that I had over there, is that these are wide open into each other. Okay, and so what's going on here is the walls actually go around the project like that, and the rooms are open into each other. If you weren't here when I grabbed that model, you can look inside of that one. Bring that over here right now. The little, not the whole model, just the corner piece. If you look at the inside of this one, right, you'll start to get an idea of what's going on inside. I think I showed you guys this before. Yeah, I know it's in a different video. So you can see inside that these two rooms become one room. Okay, and so part of what is going on with these is that we have this floor level change right here. So that whole thing becomes the living room, and this area that's up here becomes the kitchen and dining. Okay, so part of what you guys got to understand is that you're going to have a kitchen counter. The kitchen counters are, you already measured yours at home, so you know how big they are. Okay, and then you're going to have, there's a differential of 2 feet here, right? So that means you're going to have 4 steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps coming up to this level. And then you're going to have some sort of a dining room table with 4 chairs around it. Okay? So the upper part can be the one that's shaped kind of like a big fat L. That can be your dining room and kitchen. Okay? The part that's larger that has the steps coming up, that should be your living room. All right? And so you can start to think about, okay, well, if this is, depending on where you connect up to it, if you connect up to it here, or if you connect up to it here, or in this corner, or in this corner, right, it's going to have an effect on what's going on inside the room. So like for this one, an excellent connection point would be to connect the corridor up right there. That way I'm entering in at this corner where there's nothing going on. Right? But there's different ways that you can configure it. But generally, the large open room down below is your living room. And the L-shaped piece is going to be your kitchen dining, however you choose to lay it out. All right? For your living room, you know, you could put a great big giant corner window here. And you could just have like a couch. And a couple of chairs. Coffee table in the middle, and that becomes kind of your kind of conventional living room layout, right? A living room that's 14-foot square is a pretty good sized living room. You got plenty of room in there. You could put a TV over on this wall here. Everybody can see the TV. Or you can entertain and look out at the view through these large windows. Okay? Or in this particular case, you could put a small window here and put your sink directly in front of it, so that if you're doing the dishes, you can see out. Depending on where your views are, that will have some impact. You could put a corner window in for the dining area. All right? Then the rest of the walls become kind of pochade, or they become solid. So what I want you guys to take from this is that you are going to be held responsible for the interior layout and understanding how big things are in relationship to the space that you have. Okay? Right now, up until now, it's been this kind of, let's play around with these shapes and bring these forms together. But remember, when you start dealing in architecture, you're going to have it function somewhat. And so I want you guys to come back to that exercise you did where you went home and you measured everything, right? You know how big your bed is. You know how big a nightstand is. You know how big a toilet it is. You know what kind of room you need around a toilet. You know how big your bathtub is. You know how big a couch and your chairs are. So now you've got to start to equate these sort of play boxes that you're doing with the things that are really happening in life. Okay? And we've got all sorts of alerts going off. Hopefully it's not a nuclear attack. Go ahead and stop that video.